on to you, Capricorns. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. I know I am. So for you, Capricorns, you have the Six of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and then you also have the King of Cups. So a lot of you Capricorns, honestly, you're starting to understand your value. The reason why I'm saying that is because the Six of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the King of Cups, right? You're looking for good options, people that can actually go 50-50 with you. I talked about this before loosely. You know, my brother makes 6 figures. Shout outs to him. And he goes 50-50 with his wife. So I don't understand why it is that people have such, like, you know what I mean? Like they get so caught up with the concept. And it's like they want you to do 50-50 with everything except when it comes to paying bills. I don't know, man. That just seems, oh man, like it just seems like that's just not very a good thing to do, right? Regardless of the who to what. And that's the case. Like a lot of you Capricorns understand that you've already done enough for other people and you're looking out for yourself. The King of Swords and the King of Cups, you don't care about what it is that other people are saying to you as far as them liking you. You Capricorns are doing what it is that you need to do for you. And I've talked about this a million times. Like, you know that at the end of the day, why it is that you Capricorns do what you're doing, first and foremost, is for yourself. You don't want to be useless. You don't want to feel useless. You don't want to just be at the mercy of other people, doing what other people want you to do, or being like a pawn, caught up with whatever we got going on. You Capricorns want to control your destiny. That's what Capricorn is about. That's what Capricorn does. Control your own destiny. I've talked about this a million times because what do you do? What happens with someone when a person is held down for so long and then they finally get a chance to actually fly? They lift off, they blast off, right? Like a rocket ship, right? That's what happens because the rocket ship is essentially building, right, force to when it does pop, because it's being held down by gravity. When it does pop, that's physics. What happens? The greater the force that holds someone or a person down when they do lift off, the stronger the lift off. And that's that's physics. That's also rocket science, but that's physics. That's what happens. And it's a situation for you Capricorns. You know what it's like being on the grind. You know what it's like not having or having, but not necessarily being given anything and having to work for things and working hard for things. And so what happened is this: you Capricorns did everything that you could to help people out, but you're not going to find yourself in a position where you end up back there with the rest of them on some goofy stuff because why? You gave all of your blessings away. No, you Capricorns did what it is that you were supposed to do. You helped them out for a little bit, and then if they can't help themselves out, then it is what it is. And so because of that, a lot of you Capricorns are not trying to hear what it is that they've got going on, and you're right in it. Because ultimately, right, Tyrese Gibson, the singer / movie star, he's a Capricorn, and he's talked about it himself, how, you know, helping out a lot of these people didn't really do him any favors. You know, he got to a point where he was helping people out more than what was necessary, more than what was needed. You know, he wanted to show love. You know, young MA, you know, she's talked about how, you know, she got to a point where she became big, she became famous, she became rich and all of that. And it's like she's trying to help her homies out. Got to a point where her homies wasn't doing anything. And it's like she got to a point herself where it's like, you know, what's the point of constantly helping these people and they don't do anything ever for themselves? At what point is it at what point is it that you stop giving, you know, in that sense, because you've given so much already. And so a lot of you Capricorns, you understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about. You've given so much. It's like You know, you've given so much. Now it's like, it's this situation where it's like, you don't have to give anymore like that. The Nine of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and then you Capricorns have the Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups represents you're going to make sure that your situation is set. You're making sure that you're looking out for yourself. You're not going to allow yourself to be messed up due to the fact that other people want you to be obligated to save them and all that trash. No. So you Capricorns are going off and making sure that you're set for life. You're good. You're on point. And if they don't like that, well, then it's not up to them now, is it? Then you have the Seven of Cups and the Two of Cups. A lot of you Capricorns are understanding that you're going to have to learn to be discerning, right? Because if you're not, people will use that against you. People will be dysfunctional enough to give you some sort of a sob story so that you Capricorns can legitimately just come out of pocket with money. And I'm telling y'all the truth because I've had that done to me, right, in the past, like paying these people's phone bills and all of this stuff. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, don't have me, I'm not a person that people want to be like, oh, well, what have you done for people lately? Big screen TV, jewelry, roses, love. Love is the most important thing. Love, appreciation, sneaking money into their pocket. No, not out of. Into their pocket while they're asleep. Out of my own savings. Saved some people's lives. You know, paid phone bills. Made sure that nobody treat them like trash. Among other things. And so the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that you Capricorns are beyond, you've done enough. And you setting your life up, all that jealousy and the envy that they're going to give to you, you Capricorn shouldn't be worried. You're not worried. Two of Pentacles, it will get you a little bit upset because you Capricorns are like, well, how come? Or it used to, because now the next couple of cards are the Scorpio and the Lovers, which represents your conscience, you Capricorns' conscience is clear. Y'all don't have to feel anything about not helping other people. Now, when you want to help somebody, it's at your own discretion. And that's exactly how it should be, because you've done more than enough. Where I see you Capricorns going is y'all are actually dating, trying to find someone that y'all could potentially link up with romantically. And that's great, because that's what it is that you should be out here doing. You Capricorn should be enjoying your life and enjoying how things are going. You deserve it. If there was ever a zodiac sign that deserves it, it's you. You know why? Because you Capricorns stay in silence for years and you go through your thing and you never tell anybody, right? For the vast majority of you Capricorns, never tell anybody anything. You'll be quiet for years when you go through your thing and deal with it. You'll work hard at it. You'll work so hard to the point where you are just tired. You're like, you wish that you can lay down and rest certain nights. But then a lot of you Capricorns will be burning the candles, so to speak, at both ends, at a job and at the same time studying for your degree or whatever. A lot of you Capricorns are hard workers, right? One of the hardest workers in the entire zodiac, if not the hardest. And so because of that, you Capricorns getting to where y'all are, y'all should set yourself up for success. Y'all should enjoy yourself. You should sit back and be able to relax and live your life and enjoy it on top of that and do things at your own discretion, because you Capricorns deserved it. You deserved it and you still deserve it, you know? And they got to deal with it. So that's another thing too. Don't you start, thinking that you got to go back and help people. No, no, no. You've already done more than enough. So let's clarify the love. You have the Queen of Cups, the Magician, the Judgment, the Moon, the Fool card. Wow, 4 major arcana. Okay. So the Queen of Cups, right, because it's also about people filling your cup. And what I mean by that is because, they got all these terms, right? All these tarot, the tarot terms, but a lot of people don't. But the Queen of Cups represents you wanting something for something. If a person, right, look at all this gold. If a person wants to be with you, right, they're going to have to chip in something. They're going to have to bring value to you. 50-50. And I've talked about this before. My brother makes 6 figures. He goes 50-50 with his wife. So it's like, what are we actually talking about? Like, the millionaires want people to go 50-50 with them. And this is why I keep talking about 50-50 is not just about finances. Every time I hear somebody complaining about, I can't do 50-50, all I'm hearing is a person that is lazy. I'm hearing a person that no one should really take seriously. Because I've talked about this before, that the 50-50 thing is not just with the finances. Of course, if you're not a millionaire and the other person is a millionaire, or you Capricorns are a millionaire and they're not, of course they can't go. If they're not a millionaire, of course they can't go 50-50 with you on finances. Of course they can't. But they can do other things to compensate for the fact that they don't have that, which will also end up being the 50, their fair share in the relationship, because it takes two. Maybe you do have millions of dollars and then you Capricorns can actually spend it on the bills. But then, okay, what else are you bringing to the table? Because is finances the only thing that makes a relationship be what it is? Or is it you also have to love the person? Like, are we spending finances on company, or do we have to spend finances to be in a relationship, or are we in a relationship and we're spending finances? Which one are we really doing? Because if the person is charging you Capricorns up to be for them to be with you, that's not good. That's not something that you Capricorns want. And you are beginning to understand your value in that way. And I keep asking this question and people keep revealing themselves, which is exactly why I kept asking it. What does a non-50-50 relationship looks like? And again, a 50-50 relationship is both people showing each other love and appreciation and consideration, finances. Okay, fine. Okay. But at the same time, love, appreciation, both of them still want to be in this relationship. What does a non-50-50 relationship look like? You doing 70, they doing 30. You got to do 7 times. You have to do things 7 times. They only need to do things 3 times. Why would you want to sign up to do things 7 times and they only need to do things 3 times? Doesn't that seem odd to you, Capricorns, that? If you saying no, if you say no, that doesn't sound odd, then that proves my point. You're gone. But if you say yes, then it also proves my point of why it is that I was saying that 50-50 is the only type of relationship. My mom has always tried to be in 50-50 relationships historically. You dig what I'm saying? And have her own job and her own place and still pay bills and stuff like this with her significant other. It was her significant others that was like, listen, sit down and I'll do this. She wanted to have a job and still pay for things and be in a loving relationship, and respect and mutual honor and stuff like this. It was the people who she was rocking with that was like, no, sit down, I'll go ahead and take care of it. And then she stopped hanging out with them because they wasn't on anything. But then they don't want her to actually get a job so that she can pay, as well as continuing to do all the other things that she was doing. So what do we keep talking about? And so the Magician, the Judgment, And the moon card right here is about how you Capricorns are also in a space where your life is manifesting the way that you want it to, right? Manifesting the things that you want to happen that you've been working for, they are all actually happening. And the thing is that for you, the judgment in the moon card, a lot of you Capricorns don't want to hang around people that all they want to do is just be around you and just take. You Capricorns want to hang out with, the moon, moon card and the fool. Y'all want to hang out with good options too. How come y'all don't get a chance to hang out with good options? Y'all deserve it. After all the years that you Capricorns been putting in work, for real. So that's pretty much it. I love the fact that you Capricorns are upgrading and doing your thing. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 24,640 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Please come through and get a personal reading from me. The books that I have there on Amazon or the Kareemspiritworks clothing. The link to all of that is in the comment section below. Call the Linktree link.